Right, hello, my name's Jimmy Wright. I'm the Chief Observer at BGAM, the Borders Group of Advanced Motorcyclists, and I've got a few tips for you about getting back on your bike. The first one being pre-ride checks. Your bike hasn't moved for a few months probably, so the first thing you need to check is your tyres. Make sure your tyres are round, black, there's no holes in them or flat spots or anything like that. Also check your tyre pressures are right and there's no cracks in the walls. If you're one of these riders that rides the bike maybe for a couple of thousand miles a year and your tyres have been on the bike for 4 or 5 years, you could end up with cracks in the walls. It's time to get them changed. Make sure your tyre pressures are right, because even sort of 3 or 4 pound down on pressure makes an awful difference on your handling. So you've got your brakes, your electrics, make sure all your lights are working. Your operations, that's like your chains and levers, make sure they're all working. Petrol and fluids. Your bike's been sitting still for a while, your petrol can degrade in the tank. So always go to the garage and put fresh fuel into the bike. Top it up with fresh petrol. You'll find that it runs a lot smoother. And security, well, that's making sure all your body panels, panniers and things like that are all attached and they're not going to flap off. Also, if you've been doing any work on your bike over the lockdown period, making sure that any nuts and bolts are secured, like calipers and stuff like that. Okay, your next tip is full riding gear. Even if you're just going around the block to try your bike out to make sure everything's working, put your full gear on, because if your bike's been locked up for a wee while and you're just back on it, all it takes is for a caliper to seize or the chain to lock up and that throws you off, or even just you forget about a corner and you go into it a little bit too hard or whatever. You're better off to have all your riding gear on in the first place. Helmet, jacket and trousers, gloves and boots. My third tip is about getting your riding into shape. You and your bike work together. Your bike's been off the road for a while and so have you. Now, you jump back onto your bike, you're not going to be doing exactly what you were 6-8 months ago because you haven't been doing it. So you need to take your time, get back into kilter with your bike, and you'll find that everything's all right. Do it gently and slowly, just get there. There's no need to get out there and start racing straight away. Take your time, and you'll find that everything works back together nicely, and before you know it, you'll be hunky-dory. If you go at it too hard, you'll have a crash, and that'll be the end of your riding season before you even started. Right, the fourth tip is about communication. The best thing to do is to have a phone on you at all times when you're going out on a ride, especially if you're going out on your own, because if anything happens while you're out, a breakdown, accident, whatever, or you come across somebody else's accident, you've always got the phone to phone somebody for help, be it the police, ambulance or whatever. Or if you broke down, calling a friend with a van to come and get you. My fifth tip for you is riding defensively. Every time you go out on the road, you'll see cars coming up to junctions, cars coming across you, on roundabouts, cars coming towards you. Quite a few times they don't see you. And then you have to do an emergency stop or you've got to do something to get out of their way. Riding defensively is about preempting what they're going to do. So you see the car there, you'll look at the car, you move your bike slightly, just a wee bit, and it gives them a chance of seeing you. Sometimes they don't see you because you're a thin object coming towards them. If you move about a little bit, it gives them a better chance of seeing you. So that's a wee tip for you there. So despite all the dangers of riding, there's nothing like the feeling of being back on your bike again. If you prepare your bike and ride properly, get out there and ride your bike. It's good fun.